Hey everyone, it's Desy Cheng, and today I'm going to be comparing the 34-liter Osprey Tropos versus the 28-liter Osprey Apogee. Now, my opinions is based on me being a dad and me using it on kind of like an everyday basis, taking it around the city, just around town kind of thing. I'm not necessarily a huge hiker, so just keep that in mind. Now, the 34-liter is definitely a much more versatile pack just because it's bigger, has more zippers and pockets, and you can just kind of cram things in there much more easily, whereas the Osprey Apogee is a little bit more streamlined into more of like an everyday bag that you can take around town, and it doesn't really look that big at all. And I'll just kind of give you my thoughts and opinions about every single feature. So let's start off with the exterior of the bag. Let's start off with the Tropos right here. So as you can tell, the first thing that I love about it is that it stands up on its own. So it does have this built-in frame there, and it has a kickstand that kind of kicks out once you kind of put stuff in there. And you can just kind of put it down. And this is one feature I absolutely love. And if you kind of take a look at it, it's a little bit thicker and taller than the Apogee. And in terms of the, the width, it's just a little bit, wider towards the bottom of it. But overall, it's comparable. But I think once you have stuff like right now, it's probably about only maybe 60% packed for each of the bags. So this is kind of like what it would look like. So I'm going to put each pack on. So we'll start off with the Tropos. And so I'm about 5'8" and about 180 pounds. And so this is kind of like what it looks like on my back. And now I'll put on the Apogee. So one thing to note about the Apogee is that it does not stand on its own. So it doesn't have a flat bottom. So if you depending on what you put into the bag, if you had something a little bit heavier on the bottom, it does kind of stand on its own, but not all the time, which is a little bit unfortunate. So, in that respect, the Tropos wins in terms of just, usability or ease of use when on the field. The Tropos wins just because of that kickstand. The other thing that I want to talk about is comfort. So just immediately putting on each of the packs, the Tropos is definitely much more comfortable just because of this air mesh back panel. When you put it on, it literally just just forms to your back, and it just feels much more comfortable. It just feels like it fits me. Now, talking about the Apogee, now it is also comfortable as well, don't get me wrong, but it just feels like there's foam padding, just touching me everywhere. Now, the back panel, just to let you guys know, it does also have a mesh back, but your back will still touch the foam part, whereas this one is completely suspended away from your back. So that's one thing that I really like about the Tropos. The other weird thing is, even though that this is a larger pack, the straps are actually just a little bit thinner as opposed to the Apogee. Now, in terms of thickness, they're both very, very similar. But I actually feel like the padding on the Apogee is just a little bit more. But if you're concerned about using or packing your bag with a lot of things and carrying around for hours and hours, and you're wondering which one's going to be more comfortable, 100% the Tropos will win. So now let's actually open the bag up and go through some of the features. Now with the Tropos, I really like this front stash zipper pocket. You just unzip it and you just grab things really quickly, such as if you had gloves, or for me, I just put my snacks in there or anything like that. Just things that you really, really want to grab quick, you can easily access it there. The other great thing about it is that it actually has a Velcro, so you can actually open it even further if you really, really want to dive into your contents. Behind that front vertical zipper, there is the main kind of accessory organizer. And so here it goes all the way down to the bottom. And this is enough space that you can put a very, very small, light jacket, or if you had some clothing in there, you know, things like that you can put in. It does have 3 stretchy pockets. Now, unfortunately, Osprey, they're not like, it's not like a North Face. North Face has an amazing front organizer with multiple pockets and zippers and yeah, it has like fleece-lined pockets. It's got a lot. And it has 2 pen pockets and 3 of these kind of stretchy pockets, and that's about it. It does have this key leash, and one thing I don't like about this key leash is that it's kind of just hanging out there, and it's kind of on the side where when you zipper it closed, sometimes it kind of will catch onto it. Right now it's not, but you just have to be careful that, you know, you just don't catch your zipper. Well, right now it is. You don't catch that zipper onto your key leash. Right, see, there we go. Now, going on to the Apogee. Now, the only difference is now it doesn't have that front main access zipper, but this front part right here is actually padded, kind of similar to a laptop sleeve padding. And so when you open up that same kind of compartment thing, it goes all the way down to the bottom, and I would actually have to say it's a little bit actually bigger than the Tropos, and actually you can put, you know, a slightly larger jacket than you can in this one, in this front organizer. Now with this, still has 3 stretchy pockets and also 2 little pen holders, as well as the same kind of key leash, and it's, you know, has the same problem when you kind of close it. Sometimes you will hit that little key leash. This one's not as bad just because where it's sewn is a little bit deeper into the zipper, whereas this one's a little bit too close to the zipper. That's just one thing to note. And in terms of the sunglasses pouch or the small accessories pouch, they're about the same size. So it does have, you know, this kind of special anti-scratch material. It's not fleece lined, but it does, you know, they state that it won't scratch your sunglasses or anything. On the Tropos, it's the same thing. It's about the same size. So again, this is a great spot if you wanted to put your cell phone, your wallet, you know, sunglasses, things like that. Now, after that, you move on to like the main compartment. So in the Tropos here, you know, it's a big voluminous space. Like right now, I just have you know, I have a big sling bag. I got some clothes at the bottom just to weigh it down right now, and at the back it actually has another additional sleeve. Kind of show you another additional sleeve. So here, I mean, it's not padded, but you could put a tablet, you could put your magazines, you could put documents in there, and that's a great spot for that. So opening up the Apogee into the main compartment. So I'll just kind of take out this jacket right here. So the laptop sleeve is actually integrated into the back right here. So it is suspended and you can fit a 16-inch laptop, no problem. It also has this front sleeve here that's not padded, but perfect for if you had documents, papers. You could put a tablet in there, but again, it's not padded, so, you know, has no protection really. But yeah, it has a, you know, voluminous space as well. Obviously, the Tropos is going to be larger, but you can definitely fit, you know, a weekend's worth of clothing in there, and a camera, anything like that. Now back to the Tropos. At the back, it actually has a dedicated zipper specifically for your laptop. Now it is suspended and it's fairly big. Now it's a little bit tough to show right here, but you can fit definitely a 17-inch laptop in here. Again, it's suspended, so you don't have to worry about that. And internally, there is actually an additional zippered, slightly padded pocket right here, and you can fit your tablet in there, or it would be great if you had, you know, documents such as your passport or money, just to kind of keep secured in the back there. Now, both of the bags have a hydration port in here. Now, the one downfall of the Osprey is that it's double the size, and it's just a flap that kind of covers the hole. So if it is downpouring, I feel like water would get in there. And where this hydration flap or hole goes into is actually the laptop compartment, which is kind of awkward. Whereas this one, the hydration hole actually goes into just the main body of the bag. Also on both of the bags, it does have this hidden compression strap at the very top of the bag, and it's present on both of the bags right here. You just got to put your finger in and fish the strap out of the hole, and you can kind of compress the bag at the top. Now, it's good that they have it, but to be honest, I've actually never used it just because it's cumbersome, because every single time you actually want to open up the bag, you actually have to unclip, you know, the strap. So I just tuck away the strap permanently, and I never really need to use it. Now, on the Tropos, one thing to note is that there is an additional compression strap on the bottom, which is nice because sometimes, you know, it's a little bit thick and you really want to compress it down. So this one has 2 compression straps. Now let's talk about water bottle pockets. Now, both of them have dual water bottle pockets, which I absolutely love just because, you know, I usually have one for myself and I have one for my kids. Now, the Tropos is just super easy. It's just got this kind of stretchy, elastic, you know, pocket right here, and no matter what size that you have right here, I just have a standard water bottle size, or this one's like a 28-ounce one. It will slide in there no problem. And this one is my kids' one, and the one thing to note is that it's actually got this rubbery grip thing, so it causes a little bit of friction when you're putting it into the bag. But because this one is just a simple top-down, you know, insert, it goes in there no problem. Now, but when we're talking about the Apogee, now again, the Apogee was kind of made for streamlined use and just to kind of keep a nice clean look. So their pockets are actually kind of hidden off into the side. And so when you put it in, you actually got to enter it from the side, and when you tuck it away, you actually don't even see the water bottle. So it's nice to have, but in practicality, it's for me anyways, it's just much easier to access your water bottle in a traditional, you know, pocket like that. Now, it's big enough that if you had a large 28-ounce water bottle like this one, it still fits in there nicely. And the other thing is that if we did have a rubberized water bottle like this one, it causes a little bit of friction, and it's actually really difficult to get in and out of the bag. As you can tell, I'm struggling just to kind of get it in just because of the friction, but it will eventually go in. Boom. And so now let's talk about the back of the bag. At the very top of the Tropos, it does have load lifters, so you can really cinch that backpack and get it closer to your body, which is nice. On the Apogee, it doesn't have that. And again, you know, the straps are slightly wider on the Apogee as opposed to the Tropos. However, the straps on the Tropos are a little bit more contoured, so it has that little nice curve to your body, or to fit over top of your chest. And yeah, just that back panel. This is like a dream. I'm not joking. I mean, you have to try it on in store or something to really see or feel what I'm talking about. But this just feels absolutely amazing on your back. I know that it may feel like a gimmick, but it actually does work. I've used it in hot summer days. My back does not get sweaty at all. Now, unfortunately, I just got this Apogee over the winter time, so I haven't been able to test it during the summer. And it does have that mesh back, which is definitely nice. However, it's not going to offer the same amount of air ventilation as this one, just because your back will never actually touch the back of the bag. Whereas, you know, this one, it still will. For the sternum strap, just like almost all of the Osprey backpacks, it does have a built-in whistle to it, which is great. And it does also come with a removable waist belt, which is nothing special. It's literally just like, you know, a thin strap like that's on the bottom of the bag right here. I've removed it just because it's almost useless to me, and I personally wouldn't use it. So yeah, that's just like my quick comparison between the two backpacks. And it's, you know, I love the Tropos. I mean, it's just so versatile and so easy for me to access my goods, just because there's so much space, and it just opens up it just works, and it's super duper comfortable. So if I had to choose one backpack and one backpack only, I would definitely go for the Tropos, just because it's much more versatile of a bag. However, if you are someone who does care more about fashion and looks, this bag is a little bit too big to bring around on an everyday basis. So in that sense, the Apogee would probably be the one that is best suited for someone who's concerned a little bit more about fashion and how they look, or something that they're going to be using more of an everyday basis, just taking to work, just with their laptop or iPad and just a few pieces of clothing. Then this is definitely big enough for what you would need. But if you are going to be hiking and going around for definitely like a 2-day trek, or if you're going to be traveling and you want to pack some more clothes, a jacket or even a thicker jacket, then this is the bag to choose. I couldn't decide between the two, so that's why I got both of them. And on one day I'll use this one, and another day I'll use this one. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this comparison, and if you want to see me do more, please like and subscribe, and definitely don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Desy31.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Live it up, live it up, live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every